Hey, welcome to Boot Camp. I'm your host, Vic Sinise, and this is Boot Camp. If you're watching this live, you can be watching us on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, X, or Kick. We're available on all those channels simultaneously. So join us anywhere you want. Boot Camp is my once a month podcast that I do on the first Wednesday of the month just to kind of hang out and talk about different options for starting a podcast. So, kind of my way of giving back. And I'm going to bring in my guest, my son, Bill, who's going to be joining us for this episode. Actually, he kind of uh, hinted at what I should have talked about for this month. So that I decided to take him up on it. And that's these shorts. And you started your own podcast. I heard you said you started your first recording. So
I did.
Good. Getting into the family business, right?
You know, you gotta follow in your dad's footsteps.
There you go. But we were talking about how important it is to kind of get your show going and get some momentum is shorts. And what are they? And we both use StreamYard. There's some key things in StreamYard that I think can make the job a lot easier. There's other options out there, but I'm really a big proponent for the StreamYard's approach on it. So I'm going to get into my slides here, and I'll have you off of this temporary. So I got to add. Can you hear me okay? All right. I saw that you did. Sometimes it takes me off the slide. So, all right, everybody's looking at my logo for Euronurse. Euronurse is my main podcast. That's what I started this whole thing with. But I'm going to go ahead and bring in my slides now. And here we go. Except, of course, it started the wrong slide. No sense starting with slide 4. All right. So I'm going to start this off. So what podcasters should know about YouTube Shorts? So I'd like to welcome everybody who's joining us. Today, we're going to explore how YouTube Shorts can transform your podcast growth strategy. We're going to look at what shorts are, why they matter, and how to use them effectively to build up your audience. So let's talk a little bit about what are shorts. So shorts are those things that YouTube came up with in response to TikTok and Instagram Reels. So they're basically vertical videos, and you kind of see from that picture of the camera or the phone there, vertical is shot up and down. They're optimized for mobile, and the algorithm heavily promotes them, especially for new creators. So if you're going to start something, you definitely want to get going on it. Now, I kind of noted here that vertical videos can be up to 3 minutes long on YouTube, which is fairly new. It used to be a minute or less, but now they push it all the way up to 3 minutes. And we'll talk about the difference between what YouTube creates as you go longer. So a 3 minute and 30 second video will no longer be considered as short. It actually becomes considered a video. But this is the way that you're going to attract a lot of your audience. So why do they matter? Well, podcasters can use short to create clips that highlight key moments, guest quotes, or emotional sound bites. These approaches help convert casual viewers into loyal listeners to your full podcast. Best way to attract new people. Now, what's the ideal length and format? So when crafting a short, think of it as an ad for your full episode. Start strong using captions, and make sure it tells a mini story or sparks curiosity quickly. I say that, I try to aim most of mine to be around the 1 minute mark, but a lot of people out there are trying to do 15 to 30 second max for maximum retention. And I've been doing a few of my shorter ones like that. You have to use subtitles. Most shorts are watched without sound. That's really important. And I'm going to show you some examples of what that looks like in a moment here. But you're going to want to come up with whatever's going to hook the viewers right away, the first 2 to 3 seconds. And don't try to reinvent the wheel. Repurpose your podcast. Your main podcast is what you're going to create all your shorts from. So the long form content already has its golden moments built into it. Use clips of these compelling quotes, emotional exchanges, and fun reactions to draw attention. Now I'm going to demonstrate how StreamYard is able to use AI to create those for you. It does a pretty good job. It's getting better and better. It's like everything else with AI. Posting strategies. Consistency matters. Just like I talked about when you're trying to start a podcast, you want to do this on a regular basis, 3 to 5 shorts per week. Time your uploads when your audience is active. Mixed content, educational, emotional, humorous. So kind of go around and do different things. Optimize for the algorithm. YouTube uses engagement signals to boost shorts in the feed. Always invite your viewers to comment or subscribe at the end. Even a simple question, putting that in there makes a big difference. And if people are commenting, make sure you answer those comments. Converting viewers to listeners. Every short should serve as a gateway to your full show. Use visual branding like your logo or podcast title and remind people where they can hear more. Have a little spot in there to tell you where to go next. So now here's some tools that you can use to make and edit these clips. And many of them have free versions. So StreamYard, as I mentioned, has it built in. YouTube Studio has ability to trim videos. Things like CapCut, Descript, and Canva also allow for that. And there's another one I can't think of right now that I've used. Oh, Opus Clips. That's another one that's a free one that'll create them for you using AI. And there's TubeBuddy or vidIQ that optimizes the clips for you to get more viewing. So I talked a little bit about using AI yourself for that in previous episodes. So I haven't really looked at TubeBuddy or vidIQ myself. And then make sure you don't do this. This is a common mistake. Don't post your horizontal clips. Don't your full clip the way you shoot it, the 16 by 9 is not right. You want the 9 by 16, the vertical. Otherwise, you just, they're going to be cropped funny and it's going to affect the analytics. It's just not going to be watched. So how do you measure success? Well, fortunately, YouTube has powerful data-driven growth and will give you actual things that you can look at, analytics that you can see what videos are getting engagement. So out here, I've got a chart that I took off of mine, which was showing how viewers engage with my shorts. And this is over the last 28 days. So that top one, there's 35.8 thousand views. So 35,000 views. That was one that was getting 10,000 views a day when it first posted. It's just crazy. I don't know why, but I'm going to show you that clip just so you can see what it looks like. And you can tell me, but those are all shorts. Stay time and swiped away times are important. Are they really watching these things through? You'll see the shorter ones have better stay time. So makes sense. All right. So let's go take a look at that video. A massive study of 150,000 people found millennials appear to be aging faster at the cellular rate than past generations. I noticed some of them millennials looking kind of old. That accelerated aging was tied to as much as a 42% increase in cancer rate. So there you go. That's the one that's got 35,000, and that's only been out a few weeks. Again, people can like it. That helps. You can watch your own videos and like them. That helps. You can see there's 32 comments on it. So again, that's always good and right next to it's my subscribe button. So people can make it nice and easy to subscribe to. So how can you use shorts effectively? These are just some examples of people that have really done well. The Diary of a CEO, the Joe Rogan Experience, and Call Her Daddy. I've watched Joe Rogan. The other two I can't say I have, but you want to look at what other people are doing that are successful to see how you can make yours successful. I always say there's nothing wrong with copying. Now, even short clips can generate income. So if you have these and you've signed up for the YouTube account to get ad revenue, the shorts will generate income. And I've showed you what my income was based on the shorts. So you can kind of see that graph there. It showed that there was about 500,000 views of my shorts and which ones, made, so I made a whopping $88 on the shorts. But the thing is, they still do get something. They don't get much. So if you look at that revenue per 1,000 engaged views, they get 17 cents. Now I'm going to bring up the full program views so you get an idea how that differs. So only 59 thousand views on those, and it generated $124. And you can see the big difference is the revenue. It's $2.08 per thousand views versus 17 cents. So, you're not, if you're doing it for the money, you got to get up into probably hundreds of thousands a day in views to really make any kind of serious cash with this. But you can make money. So I just thought I'd throw those things out there for you. And don't besides using the shorts to push your folks over that way, it's another way to generate some income through them. And it helps you build your brand. That's the most important. Brand recognition builds trust. Viewers should recognize your content immediately, whether it's on Shorts, Instagram, or TikTok. So in summary, YouTube Shorts can bring your podcast to new audiences. Start small, post consistently, let your authentic voice shine through each clip. Now I'm going to go over how StreamYard actually can help you to do this with its built-in AI. So here's a recent full-length, it was a 39-minute podcast that I put out, and you can see it says ready to generate AI clips, and you click that generate, and what it's going to do is it's going to start generating clips for you. It's working on them, working, and there it is. So now you can see it went through there and it created 7 different clips, and you can see it's now going and processing through those. But it came up with the title. I didn't. So it goes and finds optimized titles, and now it says complete. And we can see here, now it's ready to publish some of these. Now, I mentioned about YouTube started out with the 1 minute limitation. Well, it's one of the side effects of StreamYard is it's only going to let me publish directly like I'm doing right now for these shorter than a minute videos. So there you can see I'm publishing, but you see how quick and easy it is. I'm publishing on the Facebook and YouTube. One click, and all those things are instantly published. Now, the ones that are longer, and you can preview these. I'm looking at what it looks like. So you can see it's put the words in there in big bold, and it kind of did a cut from the clip. This was a demo clip of how do you give an injection. Now, the ones that are longer, it allows you to download the recordings. So it won't go directly to posting them for you, but you can download them and then post them yourself. Like I said, a short is anything up to 3 minutes, and it's still creating those in the vertical video realm. So here I am on my site, and what you can do is just drag them over here into the uploads. And I talked about how you can use AI to generate all these details for the description and stuff. And so I'm going to kind of show you that. So I use my ChatGPT to generate these things. And I just put my information. I think I talked about this last time. But anyway, that gives you some ideas for some other titles that you might want to use, more optimization options for you. And then you put those right into the description. Oh, I changed the title. That's why I just went to there. So this is actually a live one that I actually did just recently. So I'm copying all that. That goes into the description, including the hashtags, which help for search. And then I've got multiple playlists, as I think I've mentioned in one of my previous ones. So now I put it in the right place. And you got to check off whether it's for children or not. And submit that rating. And then here's what you always want to do. Link it to the original video. Because that's what you're really trying to do is hook them with the short and then send them to your main video. And you can see there I am throwing a few more in there. So those are the ones that are longer than a minute. So that's just the way StreamYard does that. So it takes a little more time. Now, what I'm doing too with this titles, I'm going to have to go back to the ones that I put in instantly and still fill that information out because it's not going to be there. I figured I'd do a couple for you just in case you guys didn't catch it the first time. So there's the description. And basically I just wrote to optimize give me 3 optimized titles, give me a long description, and give me the hashtags. And again, remember, always add the original video as a reference point. I've read a few things that said you should try not to post these right away because it's not published till I hit that word publish. But that's they say that it gives it a chance to kind of work through it. So now I'm just showing how you can go over here and see the shorts, and there's the shorts that I instantly published using that quick step that is allowed through. And see, sometimes it's showing that it may take additional up to 24 hours for it to clear it. But see, all it did was put the title in. It didn't go and put the description in. So you still got to kind of go in there and optimize these. But people start watching them even without the description. It's just that you're going to get better results from the algorithm if you've got all that description stuff in there. And again, use the best title that you think might grab people's attention. A lot of times I'm pretty happy with the titles from StreamYard. Sometimes I think they're not the best. So you decide. And that same step. So I think that gives you a pretty good view of what I was trying to describe here. So I'm going to bring us back and bring my son back on here and get his thoughts on it.
Yeah, it's quite the walkthrough there, and I mean, lot to unpack because there's a couple things that you're doing that I think are a little different than the way that I've done it. And like we talked about, I'm just in the process of launching my first podcast, my first channel here. Recorded the first episode yesterday, so I haven't done anything with that yet. But I've been having some fun with my kids and have started a gaming channel where I'm posting content as well. And that one I have been doing a lot with the shorts. And I haven't done any of the auto publishing because kind of what you pointed out, you have to go back in there and add all your other content. So I've been grabbing all mine and then, publishing them with the content complete when I do it. I've also found that at least for gaming videos, the AI generated clips, not my favorite always. Like they've done pretty well. I've had a couple that have done really well, but I watch them and I'm like, oh, if it had just gone another 5 seconds, it would have caught, something that was even better for the video. So maybe I'm wrong and they caught the best part because it did well. But I've started using, there's a tool within StreamYard where you can actually custom make your own shorts and decide, exactly what portion of the clip you want to use. And it'll still add those captions on top. It'll still give you the full run of features, and then you can download it or auto publish it, same as you did there. The other thing I was going to say is a little bit of the research that I've done said, don't post all your shorts at once. That you're actually better off spacing them out a little bit because you'll get like fatigue, not only from your audience, but from the YouTube algorithms. If they see you posting short after short after short, they actually won't prioritize. They don't know which one to prioritize. So you're better off post one, give it a few hours, post another one, especially if you only have 5 of them in a given day. Spread them out so that you post them across the entire day. Your audience then has time to digest one, like it, comment on it, view it, and then a couple hours later, another one pops into their feed. And then YouTube knows to put you into their algorithm over and over. So I've been trying to post 1 or 2 per day as opposed to posting them all together at the same time.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I haven't tried this, so I'm going to give that a try. You know that you can actually schedule when it's posted.
I did see that. I haven't played with that feature yet, but you're right. I have seen that it says, do you want to publish it now or do you want to publish it later?
Yeah. So I had read something about the reason they were saying not to publish it right away too was the algorithm crawls it first and starts to, figure out who would be the best person to serve it up to. Because a lot of these, I'm sure if you're watching YouTube yourself, you'll see things are put into your post for you. It'll have all these different things listed. So that's how things make it into there. And that's what they claim. If you post it right away, it may not get properly properly read by the algorithm. So it's a tricky slope trying to, figure how an algorithm is working things out. And what I've been doing this now for 3 years, and I'm still mystified why one video will take off and just be, on fire. Another video, which I think is going to be great, will get, a handful of views.
I absolutely agree. And I've had that same experience. I had one where I thought for sure this short is going to get the most views of anyone. It got like 4 views. I don't know what happened. Something about it just did not pick up the algorithm. And then just this morning, I posted one that I thought was maybe okay. I didn't think it'd be all that great. Couple thousand views, and it's picked me up a dozen subscribers. So going back to your point on like building a channel, building a following, shorts have so far for me been absolutely the way to gain your audience. And same as you pointed out, I link back to the original video anytime that I post a short. And I've noticed that my viewership on those full videos is going up and up, getting additional likes, getting people seeing my full length videos because they watched the short initially. So I'm a big fan of shorts. I think that, when you're starting to build a channel, and there's the awesome benefit of I record the one full length video and I can pull a whole bunch of shorts from it. So in terms of your time, your energy that goes into it, you're multiplying your efforts. You're taking a single effort and turning it into multiple pieces of content that can then help you broaden your audience. And as you showed, gain you additional revenue.
Yeah. And I know there's people out there that are making a living at YouTube. Now, my goal is never to make a living. It's just that I know they're putting the commercials in there anyway. I may as well receive the monetization that I'm due for them bugging my viewers. So
absolutely,
that's my thought in it. And my goal is mostly to get it out to as many people that I can help, because I'm in healthcare and I'm teaching stuff about urology to healthcare workers and to patients. And, so that's the real goal. That money just helps to keep the cost down for putting on a podcast, as you're finding out. If you're going to do a good quality job, you're going to have to spend some money.
Absolutely. There's cost that goes into the platform, the StreamYard subscription, all the gear and technology that you need. There's also your time to make a quality video. Is not, it's not just the recording. There's editing that goes into it. There's the time it takes to actually post the videos themselves. And that was kind of what led me to start this gaming channel. Was I subscribed to StreamYard for my actual podcast show that I'm working on, but I'm like, well, I have it. What else can I do with it? And how else can I utilize this to start building some momentum on YouTube? And, my kids have always been, fans of the YouTube games, and I'm like, I could do that. So, sure enough, I am.
And they say that's one of the ways to figure out what you're going to do. If you don't know what you want to do, but you want to get into podcasting, look and see what other people are podcasting, what's successful, what things are resonating with people. So, just kind of follow that. A lot of people are like reusing somebody else's YouTube feeds. I kind of I discourage that. I think, originality makes for a better show. I had somebody recently send a comment to me, and he goes, yeah, a lot of people I could tell just, are reusing material, and it looks like you're just reading off of Google. And I'm like, no, none of this stuff comes from Google. This is all from research. So all the stuff that I do is actual research that I'm condensing down and making a program out of it. It's not, but I mean, I'm sure that people are used to it. So this guy was probably, you'll find if you're out there long enough, you're going to find your occasional hater in the audience.
I was going to say that's the one downside of YouTube and the internet in general is put your thick skin on, because you're going to find I can't believe that people actually have disliked some of my shorts. And YouTube doesn't show like a dislike number, but you as the creator can see like you get likes, you get dislikes. And anytime one of my shorts gets a dislike, I'm like, really? Was there something about that you didn't like, that you felt the need to click the dislike button? And, I think it's more, they just don't want more of that kind of content in their feed. So they're disliking it. So the algorithm for them will feed them what they want. And like, I get that, but absolutely put your thick skin on, because so far I've only gotten good comments, but I know there's going to be some negative ones that'll come. And, you just got to kind of shrug it off as, there's everybody out there. There's an audience that'll like you. There's an audience that won't.
if you're thin-skinned, stay off the internet. don't
Yeah.
don't become a podcaster, because you're dealing with social media and everything that goes along with that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But yeah, I mean, kind of to summarize, from my perspective, shorts, great way to build your audience, great way to maximize your efforts, get more out of them. And really YouTube seems to be favoring the shorts right now. So I think as a podcaster, if you're not taking advantage of shorts, you're selling yourself short, because you need to, use what they're going to really push on their audience, because that's how you're going to get people to find you. That's how you're going to get people to find your long form content.
Absolutely. All right. Well, good luck with your podcast. You can go ahead and plug it if you'd like. It's out to the public, right? The one
it is. It'll be out on YouTube. It launches next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern is when it will go officially on air. It's called The Show on That. It's all about bringing information to the masses. The first episode is going to be about what is B2B account management. It's the same topic that I recently published a book on. I've got a couple great panelists who are long-term experts working in the field of account management joining me to talk about that topic. But the show is ultimately meant to span far more than just account management. So please check it out on YouTube, youtube.com/@theshowonThat, or just look up The Show on That on YouTube, and I'm sure you'll find it.
The Show on That. All right. So we'll go ahead and check that out too myself. Good luck with it. Hope it's successful for you, and stick with it. It's you got to be persistent. You're not going to get overnight fame from it. You got to, kind of pay your dues, as they say. But
yeah, no doubt.
I've enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun. And of course, being retired, I've got enough time on my hands to be able to put the amount of time that's necessary to make a good podcast. 5 of them actually now. So
yeah, I think 1 plus the gaming channel has me pretty much maxed out on time, but it's fun. And that's the best part, is that doing this is not a grind. If you enjoy doing it, it makes it a lot less, joining you on this show as an example, it's great to get to spend the time chatting with you. And I enjoy doing it once a month. So if you enjoy this kind of stuff, if you enjoy the video editing, if you enjoy putting things together, it can be a lot of fun and, rewarding as well.
Yep. I've always said throughout my entire career that if work is fun, it's never work.
That's right. It's great.
All righty. Well, have a great rest of your night, and good luck on your podcast. We'll see everybody next month for who knows what, but we'll be talking more podcasting.